We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we record this podcast, the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening today.
Trigger warning for this episode, we discuss adult themes, body image, diet culture, and it contains some coarse language, so please be aware if you have little ears around.
Hello and welcome to Life Academy. I'm your host, Dena Amy Kaplan.
And I'm your host, Alicia Bennett.
On screen frenemies.
Real life besties.
What? Oh, bestie.
Oh my God, I've missed you so much.
I missed you too, guys. I've been in Bali, if you didn't notice.
Oh, just casually in Bali, living your best life, reading all the fairy smart.
No, I only got through one book. I took 4 with me, which I just think is like, wow, that
For a week.
That was very
ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
I only got through one book, but it was excellent. 10 out of 10.
Nice.
It was called Wild Love by Elsie Silva, I think. But it was a recommendation from someone in the Life Academy crew.
Nice.
Someone sent it through. Loved it. Such a great book. It was amazing. Did its job. Need to cough after
I
that.
love that for you.
But yeah, had the best time in Bali. I'm just a better person in Bali, and I think I need to move there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you to. I will miss you too much.
I love that place so much.
That's great. I love that for you. I've been to Bali a couple of times, and I think it's great, but I've been more of a Thailand gal.
Yeah. Well, we've hung out in Thailand.
We have hung out in Thailand.
I love everything about Bali. This time was just so beautiful. We didn't really leave the resort.
Yeah.
And it had everything that we wanted because we love like wellness holidays.
There's so much. I have a lot of questions about Bali. So we'll have to do like a full app.
I think we'll do a Life Lately like next week and we can talk all about Bali because I've got so much to say about it. But it was amazing and I feel amazing. I woke up this morning and I'm like, got a tan. I mean, I'm peeling because I'm an idiot that didn't reapply, so I got a bit burnt. But I've got a tan and I've worked out for 6 days straight and used the sauna every day and like had 4 massages and read a book. Almost finished The Summer I Turned Pretty. Do not ruin it.
Okay, I won't ruin it.
But just had time to like binge watch shows and read books and do nothing and it was just amazing. So I'm feeling amazing.
Nice and rejuvenated.
However, had a pretty stressful 48 hours.
Yes. What in the world?
This is just Dena. Dena, my life. Like, one of my besties, Georgia Flood, just messaged me. She's like, your life, Dee. She just wrote, your life. It's just constant drama.
Yeah.
So yesterday I got a phone call from Kate, our nanny, and she was like, I was just walking the dogs and Teddy like scrambled and then he vomited. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. I was like, all right, well, just keep me posted. And, I was about to walk into Pilates. I was like, keep me posted. And then like the class was at 10:30 and at 10:30 she called and I was like, I better take it. And she's like, he can't walk.
Oh my God.
He's wobbling and he can't walk. I was like, oh my God. Okay, I'm coming home now. So I rushed home and took him to the vet straight away and he like was holding his paw up, like he couldn't put his paw down. And they came back and they were like, yeah, we think he's been bitten by a snake. We need to give him anti-venom. And anyway, long story short, he's been in hospital overnight. He's good.
Oh, thank God.
Mum's gone to pick him up. He's fine. But like, had we not got him there, like,
oh my God,
he could have died. So just
little Teddy,
because he's a little boy. He's just a little guy. And yeah, like they said, thank God you just moved quickly because the venom can get into their muscles so fast and like just paralyze them. And sometimes people like don't know their dog's been bitten and then like 2 days later they're just like paralyzed and they don't know what's happened. So we're so lucky that like Kate saw something straight away. I rushed to luckily where we live, we have a vet like 7 minutes from us.
Yep.
They're amazing. But then I went to pick him up from the vet last night at about 8:30 and they were like, we think he needs to go somewhere overnight to be monitored. So then I had to drive to Mornington to the emergency hospital to they had to have him on fluids overnight. Yep. So like, it's just been I got home last night and I was like, oh yeah, we're back from holiday. Yep, we're definitely
back to real life.
Definitely back.
Yeah.
So it's been a stressful 48 hours and I'm tired.
Yeah.
But so stoked to be here and actually feeling really good otherwise.
And I'm so glad Teddy's okay. My goodness.
So
He's
glad.
Such a little cutie.
You know, his daddy's looking over him. Teddy, for those of you who don't know, because I've shared a lot on my stories, but my dear friend Ben passed away a couple of years ago, and Teddy was Ben's dog, and Ben had cancer, and it was really sad, but it was his time to go. But Ben asked me before he passed if I would take Teddy. So we adopted Teddy, and he's, you know, he's like Maya said last night, she's like, where's my brother?
Oh,
like,
sweetheart.
yeah, like he's fully, you know, he's part of he's in the family, and we love him so much. He's brought so much joy to our life. So we just would have been devastated. And I feel like having a sick dog is not that different to having a sick child.
No,
like I was
the stress and anxiety of it.
Yeah, I was pretty much like, it felt the same as if Maya was going to, you know, be in hospital.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank God everything's good. And maybe there'll be 1 week in the life of Dena where someone's not in hospital.
That would be fucking amazing.
It'd be really awesome if we
could
could get a week where someone's not, you know,
Yeah.
sick or in hospital. But
God bloody
so
willing.
far, that's
Well,
Anyway, how are you, my love?
I have a vet story as well, actually.
Oh.
So Mud, my dog, he's a Kelpie and he is beautiful, very high energy and just like loves the ball. He needed back-to-back knee recos start of last year. So he had like one done and the vet was like, you know, usually dogs like this will do the second knee pretty close, you know, after having their first surgery. And I was like, nah, he'll be right. Like, it'll be fine. Literally, like the first run he had back, he did the next knee. So back to back, like a good 6 months of him being just out. Like they have to fully break the bones and to have a knee reconstruction for a dog. It is full on. So he's traumatized by the vet.
I'm sure.
Has
he had to wear a cone?
He had to wear a cone. We had to sedate him. Basically for weeks because of
the cone was
he's got high anxiety.
Teddy
he's
was
a dog
the same.
that needs to go.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was like, he couldn't move his leg. I was like, he's going to hurt himself. He was trying to get up on beds and on couches.
Exactly what Teddy did when he was in a cone. We had to give him sedatives because he could not relax with the cone.
Yeah. So that was really wild. And now he's got like full PTSD about the vet.
Of course.
But he's due for all of his vaccines and like he needs his nails cut because he was running at the park the other day and he broke a nail and there was blood everywhere. And I was like, shit, really? Like, my poor boy. So we went to the vet and he just couldn't stand it. Like the barking, and I've never seen him towards anyone be aggressive, but the barking that was going on in that vet, I was like, this isn't safe. I just said to the vet, I was like, I think we need to come back. And she was like, yeah, we'll give him some sedatives. She was being fantastic. Like,
they're amazing.
Just the way she was giving him treats and everything. She tried to sort of lift her hand up at one point and he went wild and she was like, no, hand back down there. That's okay. Like just really.
Can I just like say vets are like God's little angels to us on earth. Like they're amazing.
Amazing. And I don't think I've ever been to a vet like this one before. I was like, I love this woman. She just knew what he needed. And like he stayed so close to me the whole time. If he ran around the room and I was like, come here, buddy, he'd come straight back to me. Like it felt really nice that he felt protected by me, which was great. But I felt absolutely horrendous that he had to be there. So now we've been sent home with some sedatives for the next time that we need to take him. And I just said, I was like, look, when we did have to use the sedatives last time, like he needed more than what we were kind of prescribed. And she was like, he's a big boy and he's very energetic. So hopefully we've been given all the right amounts and we can get him to the vet again. But I'm nervous for him, my poor boy. But his toe's totally better and like that's good. But I was just, oh man, it breaks my heart like seeing him so scared. It was horrible. It was very hard. But apart from that, I'm good. I'm dealing with some mum guilt.
Oh no, not you. If you have mum guilt, then everyone else is fucked because you're like mum goals.
No, that's very sweet. Bless you.
I always think that I'm like Alicia would never do this. Like
stop.
So if you've got mum guilt, I'm fucked.
No, you're not fucked at all. This is just, I feel like very, very normal. And I keep telling myself like it's fine, but it's sitting there and I feel a little bit sick about it. Isla's birthday is coming up.
Okay.
And I very last minute was like, I should probably organize a party, and I've tried to, but so many people, like, it's getting busy this time of year. So many people are away, and there was like pretty much nobody can come. Only one of my girlfriends who has kids said that she'll be able to make it. And I was like, oh, okay, like very excited for that. But I just feel really bad for Isla because this would be a year that she would froth a birthday. Like she loves the happy birthday songs and the candles and playing with all of her friends. And I just feel, because I've done it the last 2 years, I feel terrible that now I'm like, oh, well, yeah, just like we'll have maybe something at the park. And like, what? I'm an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. It's not your fault. Like, no, if no one can come, how are you going to have a party?
Well, yeah, but I should have organized it way sooner. I should have like had a plan. I should have invited everyone. Like, so you know what I mean? Like, it should have just been done.
You've had a lot going on. You've been moving house. You've been shuffling around.
It's a busy year. It is a busy year.
With the podcast. You've been so busy with your Pilates stuff. Like this. You're teaching.
I literally tell myself all this stuff, and it doesn't like stop it.
It doesn't stop it. Yeah.
it just sits there.
Do you think you're gonna do what? Like, can't you do something special and memorable that's not a party?
Well, look, it's still, she's going to froth it. I know we're just going to have like our closest family and a couple of our friends with their kids. Like, it's going to be her dream. But I think because I've put such effort into the last two parties, I feel like I just feel bad for her that I've not been as good as I've been in the past.
Oh, babe.
If that makes sense. So it just feels a little bit shit. So if anyone out there is feeling any kind of mum guilt, I feel you, and I'm sitting in it with you, and I'm trying to get out of it, but like, it's just fucking
I don't have any answers because I have mum guilt all the time about everything. But I just think, like she's just gonna have the best day, whatever you do, you know. And maybe you can like do something like, you know, go to like the Goose Farm or something, the one I was telling you about. Like, do something when a few of your friends are back.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be a birthday celebration. But
we've got a couple of birthdays coming up. One of her little friends, Oliver, he's got a third birthday party a couple of weeks later. So she'll see all of her friends there, which will be fabulous. And it'll be a celebration.
You
and she'll
feel
love
guilty
that.
for not like being pre-organized.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
so
right, well,
it's just
it's okay.
Just, you know, just the mum guilt shit.
It's so annoying, mum guilt. It's a waste of energy and time.
Anyway, enough about me.
I need to tell you a quick funny story.
Please.
It's kind of funny, kind of just like, oh my God.
I love those stories.
I'm seeing a new pain specialist for my back.
Oh, yeah.
And my friend who also has EDS, which is the condition I have, which causes the back pain, it's her doctor, and she told him that I'm a famous Hollywood actor.
Of course.
So when I went to see him yesterday, I arrived and Maya came with me, and I've only seen him a couple of times. And this is as well why Bali was so amazing. I was pain-free.
Oh.
I haven't been pain-free for 3 years. Like, I had no pain. It was like,
why?
I was a new woman.
Do you know what? The heat maybe.
No, he started me on a new medication, and he's also been giving me these injections. So this guy is saving my life.
I love this for you.
I'm obsessed with him. He's the kindest doctor. I like walked in on the first day, like the first day I met him, and I had tears in my eyes, and I was like, I've got a really complex case. Like, no one can help me, I don't think, and I've tried everything. And he was like, tell me about you, and what are you passionate about, and tell me about your family. And I was like, what? Like, I was just so thought he would just be like, let's talk about medication and pain. And he was like, he's just the most beautiful, caring, kind doctor. Anyway, now he thinks I'm a famous Hollywood actress. So he was like, yeah, I Googled you. And I was like, when I left, I was like, fuck. And I was like, what comes up when
you Google?
So I Googled myself.
Washed up, babe.
New stuff comes up now because of the podcast.
Oh, yes. You've got new stories.
There's new stories, but they're all articles being like, ex-Dance Academy star talks about her drug addiction and like Dena
the crazy car crash.
Car crash. And so I'm just like, so that's what he would have Googled me and seen like drug addict, car crash, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh God.
Oh.
Anyway, it was pretty
We
hilarious.
love a Google of ourselves.
But then I was showing my sisters, they're like, why are you Googling yourself? I was like, because the doctor
There's
did
a
and
reason,
I
I swear.
Yeah, and I wanted to see what the doctor's seeing. And anyway, now he was like really cute. He's like, oh, Hollywood, hey. And I was like, no, babe. Like nothing happened in Hollywood.
Apart from a lot, but
yeah,
nothing career-wise.
I'm not, nothing career-wise. I'm not a Hollywood star. Okay, enough about me. I think it's time to introduce our incredible guest.
Please.
I'm so excited about this.
Me too.
So this beautiful guest that we have today is a dear, dear friend and family friend of mine, practically a Kaplan. So
We love the Kaplans.
she has an amazing story to share, and I'm already feeling emotional. I don't know why.
I can hear it in your voice.
I feel really emotional. I love her so much. I've come off HRT, clearly. But I love her so much, and I've been wanting to have this chat for a really long time, and I'm excited for you to meet the beautiful Grace Taylor. Welcome to the Life Academy podcast.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I've just been sitting here watching you and I'm like, this is just like, I'm getting to watch the podcast that I would normally watch just sitting in front of it. It's like so unnerving.
You're getting the live version.
Yeah. But also completely the emotions, totally fine. I am on so many hormones that I've been just this, I've always been an emotional person.
Same.
I will cry at like an ad.
Yeah.
Now I'm just crying at everything.
Well, when I was on the HRT, I had no emotion and I wasn't crying. And since being off it, like on holiday, I cried every day because I missed Maya. But it wasn't like, I wasn't even like that, like sad, like depressed crying or anything. I just teary. And Alex is like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I can't stop crying. I just really miss Maya. He's like, oh, babe, let's just call her. I'm like, no, it's just the hormones. I don't, Anyway, enough about that. But please, beautiful Grace Taylor, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, or do you want me to introduce you?
Sure, you could go for it.
Because I was like,
because you're like my publicist. Every time you talk to somebody about me, they're like, oh my God, and Dena said you were just like this incredible human. And I'm like, fantastic. Okay, great.
Yes.
Let's leave it at that.
Well, yes, I would describe you as an incredible human. You are an artist, a visionary, a creative director, a performer. What am I missing? I don't know.
I think you've got most of it.
Okay, most of it's there. But you've been someone in my life who's been very inspiring to me, and we've worked together. You were the art director for my music video, Wait For You, which is like just still pops off. Like, honestly, I look at the costumes and I look back at what you put together, and it was like the hottest I've ever looked in my life, thanks to you.
It was epic. It was also like, and this as well is really amazing, having known you since we were saying before, maybe 13 years old.
Yeah.
Seeing who you are now and the mum that you are and the partner that you are and who you are now, I'm like, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah. We've always had a very like deep soul connection, you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have known each other a long time, but Alicia has not met you before. And I wanted to bring you on the podcast really to talk about very much your story about transition.
Yep.
And to share that with our audience, because I think it's an incredible story, but also one that I want to hear more about and all about. But first off, can we talk about you as an artist and that whole like, what happened? Like you just decided,
the boredom of lockdown, and I was seeing someone at the time and was in an art store with him. He was buying something, and I was like, I might just buy a little canvas and like a palette knife and some paints, because that will just keep me amused for 12 months. And then it sat there for probably 6 months, and then I finally one day, it was beautiful outside, and I was like, I'm going to just paint on the balcony. I set it up. I did a painting that now I look back at and go, God, that was so terrible, and time-lapsed it because we were all hungry for content on lockdown, and got contacted by someone straight away who was like, can I buy this? And I was like,
wow,
sure, okay. And then bought the next piece, and then someone came to me for a commission, and it just kind of took off. I love it because it's like I haven't had any training, so it is just expression every time. Like I don't know what's going to come out on the canvas, where it's going to lead to.
It seems like it's quite a spiritual experience for you. Like it's like a download and then it like comes out in you.
Yeah,
And
watching some of those videos, it's just like seeing the transformation from just the blank canvas. And even there was one in particular, a video that I was watching, and I think it was during your transition as well.
Yeah.
And just like the differences of what you had on the page and how it turned into something different. It's fascinating to watch, really beautiful.
That one was kind of wild because I time-lapse all of them, because I find when people buy the pieces, they love to be able to pull it out at a dinner party and say,
That's so
do you want to see how this is painted?
Oh, I
And
love that.
this is all the layers. But then I sort of didn't get into my studio whilst I was focused on my transition, and I wasn't feeling the kind of mojo to get in there. And so, yeah, the one that I have just posted was basically starts as a boy, ends as a girl, kind of wild to see like a blank canvas and then a finished piece, really, for me as well.
Wow. How amazing though that your first piece you ever did, you thought you were just going to like fuck around and then someone's like, can I buy that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. It's like it was obviously a calling for you.
But yeah, also like a great lesson. Like I'm 47 to start and just try
hobby,
something.
Yeah,
that you think, I always thought I'm going to be shit at that because I can't draw. And to just do it and then realize, oh, wow, not only is it like a great emotional outlet and creative outlet, but it's also people love them and they buy them. And so it's kind of fulfilling as well, knowing that your joy or whatever you've put onto the canvas is now in someone's house is kind of really special.
You've always had impeccable taste for as long as I've known you. Very fashion forward, very stylish. I can understand how with painting, even though you say like you couldn't draw, like I can understand how the art came out because your taste has always been so amazing, whether it was through styling or makeup or like whatever you do creatively, like you've just had amazing taste.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the same as you guys would definitely understand, for me, it is the same emotion that I have dancing.
Yeah.
It's like putting all that physical energy into the canvas and all that emotion. And
I just got shivers. Like that's, I totally get that. I want to try painting now.
Do it.
Because I can't draw for shit.
Yeah.
So now maybe I could potentially be good at art.
Yeah. And you could do it with Isla. I've seen on Instagram people like get a canvas for their kid and like you do it together.
Put some music on, find your groove.
Do you have music on usually? Like
always,
okay.
And I kind of tend to curate it to like, this piece I want to be kind of angry, or I want this one to be.
Oh, that's cool.
I have some serenity to it, and so I find like
the playlist
for it.
But before you were an artist, you were a theatre kid.
Yeah, did musical theatre for 25 years probably.
Wow.
And I met you when you were doing a musical with my older sister Gemma. You guys were doing Pippin musical.
Awesome show.
I remember it very well. Who were you in Pippin?
I was ensemble.
Okay.
I won Dancer of the Year with the Theatre Guild for the production, which was unreal because it's Fosse, and so I was like obsessed with that.
Yes,
style.
we love Fosse.
And so many things came out of that production. Like I've worked with the choreographer of that a lot since. I got to meet the Kaplans, which are just,
is end game. Like,
and then you just became part of the Kaplan family, practically. Like you.
Yeah, look,
like
I tried to edge my way in the whole time.
We all do.
Yeah,
yeah. You are family. Like to us, you've always been family, and you've always been in my corner. Like you know, online, especially. Like I feel like we talk all the time on Instagram, you and I. But like you just have always had my back. Like no matter what I'm doing, you're just like so thoughtful and sensitive, and like you know when I'm going through shit, like you're always that person who reaches out, who like
I think I've just always sensed vulnerability in people, and having gone through like quite an emotional journey with my mental health, when someone posts something that really resonates, I make sure to connect with them, just to know that like putting that stuff out is really vulnerable, the same as it is with you guys on here. That I think once you put it out into the world, to have somebody kind of say, hey, grab my hand, that's me as well. Like it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, you definitely have that empathy. Yeah.
And social media, for all of the bad side of it, which we were just talking about before, all the haters, it changed the trajectory of my life. It is how I came to transition.
Wow, how so? Can you explain?
Yeah, a bit of background. Like I had wanted to do this. I knew that I was kind of in the wrong body and not the right person from 5. Like I remember looking at girls at school and thinking, why don't I have long hair? Why don't I look like that? Why is my body like not like that? But not really connecting the dots.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I look at it and go, that's exactly why.
So at 5, you would look at girls and you were in your boy body and you would look at girls and be like, why don't I have that?
Yeah, it was nothing I ever verbalized to anyone. And especially back then, in that time, there was no
Discussions
trans presence. There was nothing to do with anything like that. So I remember having all of those thoughts and trying to process them and then just kind of pushing them to the side because they were just weird. And then, it really trapped me in depression and anxiety and carrying that for so many years. I tried to take my life several times, which I now know from speaking to so many other trans people is pretty much the same trajectory, that the majority of people, when they arrive at, yes, I'm going to transition, is really a crossroads for them of, can I stand this anymore? Am I going to end my life, or am I going to jump off this and not know where I'm going to land, but am I going to be myself?
That's so wild, because I guess when you're living what would feel so out of alignment and not authentic, I can understand how it gets to a point of suicidal feelings, because you're like, you don't feel like you belong in your body.
Yeah. And once you start to get the concept of what you are or where you fit in or that you are trans, I think, and everything I'm saying to you guys today is my journey. It's different for every trans person, but I think, once you start to make that realization, it's then really, I think, fear of sort of like, I was in an 11-year relationship. Was I ever going to step out of that and say, hey, I'm trans, like I know that we're in a gay relationship, but would you love me as a woman? Like, and so there's that obstacle, or there's people around you, or there's, all of the stigma and all of the attacks that you see with trans people doesn't really sell it into you to go, hey, maybe I will try that. Like that looks horrific. So
was it social media and other people's stories that you saw that was kind of like, oh, okay, this is maybe something where I can make that choice?
Yeah, I had a really rough week with some 3 things of bad family news, one after the other. And I kind of went home, realized, oh shit, I'm spiraling into a bit of a panic attack here. I called my best friend, went straight over to his place, poured everything out and was just like, oh God, just completely raw and vulnerable. And 25 years of being best friends, he just went, what are you not telling me? What's the elephant in the room that you're just not telling me? And I just blurted out. I was like, I'm a woman and I'm never going to be brave enough to transition. And this is why I get home and I'm in bed at 6:30 at night, because I'm just fucking exhausted from
pretending.
Yeah, pretending and being this shiny, happy person that I'm not. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, it was just like, oh my God, I've just fucking said it. Like the thing that I've never said, I've said.
Yeah.
And he just didn't skip a beat like good friends do, and was like, okay, cool. If you are going to transition or you want to do it, I've got your back 100%. And if we never have this conversation again, we never had this conversation. And I was just like, okay. I went home and was just like, I can't believe I've done that. And then I am not a really religious person, but I am spiritual in that I trust that the universe puts in front of you what's exactly meant to be in front of you at that time, or takes it away. Literally woke up the next morning scrolling through Facebook, and there was this super long post from this woman, and I started to read it, and it was from somebody who had transitioned, who was kind of reintroducing themselves after 3 years of transitioning, and essentially the same name, same age and similar industries that we worked in. And I just every line was like, God, this is my story. I'm like, this is, wow, this is actually this is me. And so I slipped a DM to her and said, I've just read your story. I'm here in tears. This is my story. I'm just never going to be brave enough to do this. Straight away we had a conversation, and she said to me, this is the hardest thing you will ever do in your life, but it is the best fucking thing you will ever do. Do it. And by the end of that 10-minute conversation, I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to fucking do it. I don't know what it entails. I don't know how hard it's going to be or what I'm going to encounter, but I was like made up straight away.
It's almost like it reminds me of that saying, like, you can't be what you can't see. And like it wasn't exposed to you in a way that seemed accessible or safe.
Yep.
And then finally someone had your story and you were like, oh my God, like this is a possibility for me.
Representation matters massively.
Yeah.
Whether you are, of a different ethnicity, to see yourself on television or in a magazine, or whether you're trans, whether you're queer in any way, just to see that representation is like
reflected back to you.
1,000%. And so
true.
That's why I wanted to come and chat to you today too.
That's why we want you here. And I think this is just like important to say from the get-go. We're like kind of nervous to say the wrong things. And I've had this discussion with you. Like, I think it's really great that we're such close friends that we can be vulnerable and candid and transparent enough to say that, like, I know I've been quite scared of misgendering you, or like how I talk about you in the past tense. And like, I just want to learn, and I just want to be as supportive and correct, I guess, in how we have these conversations. And I just want to learn as much as I possibly can from you, because I know our audience, our beautiful, wholesome, amazing audience of gorgeous people will feel the same way. Like, they will want to support their friends who are potentially going through this, or maybe they know someone who wants to go through it or is going through it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like sitting here, as soon as I sat down, having watched all the episodes, I feel like I'm already in a safe space. So that was a really nice thing. But Lisa, you said to me before, like, just let us know if there's anything we shouldn't ask, and I said to you, have the awkward conversation.
Yes.
Like, the awkward conversations are where people grow, and there is so much trepidation around like chatting to someone that's said that they're transitioning or has transitioned. What can I ask? What can I ask? What should I call you? What should I not call you? Every one of those conversations just helps somebody else learn more. They pass it on to the next person, and it just kind of ripples out.
Well, I think something interesting which you've just recently mentioned is, when speaking to someone who's transitioned, when you speak about them in the past, not to use their old name.
Yep.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, there's kind of, the term around it is dead naming,
Okay.
which sounds very dramatic. For me, I don't have a major problem with it. The same as I don't have an issue with wrong pronouns or somebody slipping up and using that old name. For me, everything comes from intent. If the intent is done with love and with care, then if you fuck up 100 times, you fuck up 100 times. But if it's done with the best intention, that's the best thing about it. I think what's attached to it for myself or for other trans people is an identity that we just want to leave behind because we were trapped in it for so many years. So yeah, it's kind of puts you, as soon as you hear that name, it puts you back into that.
Almost.
Yeah. An unsafe space and an unsafe feeling.
Yeah.
So can we go back? Do you think the mental health struggles, the depression and anxiety was all related to feeling like you were in the wrong body?
I know for me, I had a lot of childhood trauma that was attached to it as well. So I think I was kind of carrying two loads.
Okay.
I don't know which one was heavier than the other. But as I got older and could leave the childhood stuff or just pack it up and just not deal with it, I couldn't run from the trans stuff because it was every day. It was looking in a mirror and thinking, oh God, like you tend to push yourself right to the other end of the scale and try. For me, it was to be hyper masculine, to have a beard, to have shaved head, to be super fit and with a gym body, because
that's what I remember of you, just like at the gym, like always dressed to the nines, like so attractive and masculine in that way.
Yeah. And that's that. I think that was a shock for a lot of the people close around me, because they sort of learnt once I had explained how I felt that I hated who I was. I'd like, if I didn't have to look in the mirror, I wouldn't look in the mirror. I was just so seeing facial hair, even though I'd grown it out, and knowing that's not meant to be here was just like, if it was a thing that you could just clip off and put away every day when you got home, great. But yeah, it is attached to so much of what you carry, and just the exhaustion of, you know, trans people are great actors. They are the best actors because they have projected this character and built this character to get by and to be under the radar and not have to face it themselves.
I was actually about to ask you, do you think being part of the theatre community and being a performer helped you a lot? Like, because you were like, I don't know, using costumes and like characters, and it, you know, it's escapism.
Yeah,
theatre.
It was totally an escape. It was just not being myself. So whoever that was, even if that was playing another boy, it was still not who I was. So at least I could go, okay, this is another person. Like, I can't
find joy in that.
I can't tell you the relief that comes from looking in the mirror now and seeing the body and the body shape that you know you should have always had reflected back at you is just, I quite often will cry just getting out of the shower dry and going, oh my God, I'm finally myself.
Like I'm home.
It's so exhilarating.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And a huge, huge journey to get to where you are now. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey of transition? And I know when I saw you last, you hadn't transitioned yet. And you were going through some crazy, painful
electrolysis. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's galvanized electrolysis. So it's like a permanent version of laser. It was around before laser, and people kind of realized, people don't want to remove hair permanently because then they're not going to ever come back to our business. So then everyone moved to laser. And for a lot of people, particularly in the trans community, laser is an option that they kind of put it at bay, and, you know, then they just have to go through that icky bit of growing back enough hair to redo laser. But the electrolysis, yes, is excruciatingly painful.
Is that where you had all the needles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So every Friday for the last 16 months, I have pretty much had hundreds and hundreds of needles in my face attached to electrodes that fry the stem cell that the follicle grows in. And so whereas with laser, they will get rid of the follicle, this gets rid of the stem cell that grows the follicle.
Wow.
The awesome beauty part afterwards is there's a big gap. And so the body goes, I'll just fill it with collagen. So you get a great skin rejuvenation, but you've got to go through hell to get there. I think like the gem for my transition, particularly with finding, shout out to Marley, who is the amazing trans woman that saved my life. And I remind her every single time we talk.
Is that the post you saw?
That's the Facebook post.
Wow.
Yep. And so when she's going through a rough time, I every time say, just remember, you saved my life.
You saved a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had people like Marley, and I've had other people online that I've seen and that I've tried to catch up with as many trans people as I can, just to pick, like, what did you do that you regret? Is there anything you should have done earlier? And so electrolysis for me was a thing straight away that Marley said to me, get rid of the hair, start at the second you can start, because the dysmorphia and the dysphoria that comes with still like sort of growing into your body, and it's pretty wild. Like I take 2 hormone tablets every day, and my body has completely changed shape. I grew breasts, my hips and butt that I've never had, and my gut all started to magically kind of morph. And so as that happens and you start to see the female shape come in, it obviously intensifies the dysphoria to see, there's like hair on your face, but your breasts are growing. And so that was kind of one of the things that I started really, really early, kind of the week that I started my transition. I also have been really lucky with my medical care. I guess for anybody out there who is considering this or knows somebody, there are gender affirming GPs who are specialists in the entire process. I just happened to Google and had one around the corner who is awesome, Dr. Katie Meller. And she listened to me for sort of an hour and a half the first time, spill everything out. And by the end, she was like, cool. So you're a woman and we need to do this. So there's 2 ways we can do it. there is the way that younger people tend to do it, which is kind of safeguarding that they are making the right decisions, and that's where you're jumping through sort of hurdles with psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, your parents, just to kind of inform that this is the right direction for you to take. And the other way is informed consent, which I did with Katie. So it's essentially that she said to me, I'll hold your hand medically through this and make sure everything you do is safe. If you want to go fast because, you know, you're not 20 anymore and it sounds like you really want to do this quickly, I will make sure that you do it safely. But if you hit a point halfway through or any point where you think, oh, I just want to slow this down, she said, then we'll slow it down and I'll just make sure it's all, you know, done safely. So to be in a gender affirming specialist GP's hands was a game changer, because other people I've spoken to didn't get access to somebody who knew about transitioning and who knew about gender dysphoria and all of those things. So for them, they've kind of had to prove every single appointment that they've gone to that really this is who they are. Yeah. And that they deserve this care. And so, yeah, that was a massive help, because once I started hormones like a week after I had been to the GP, I then kind of hit that hurdle of going, okay, I need to tell everyone, which is also going to be a lot. But I think there was such a strength in that moment, in that first conversation, of knowing I'm doing this. I'm going to be the bravest that I've ever been in my life. So what's telling my friends? Like, I've come out as gay, I've come out as non-binary, I've sat in that space. Everything went great. Every time there was a major kind of announcement pending, I would think, oh God, this person's not going to take it well, and this person, and, you know, just going to the worst place. And afterwards, every time going, they still love me. They were totally fine. Maybe it took that person a minute to adjust, but
and so with your, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're right.
With your family and your partner at the time, if you don't mind me asking, how did things go with that kind of conversation with them?
At the time I was single when I had kind of decided to do it. I've spoken to people who have had supportive partners, and it blows my mind that people can just have that much love, and education, that they still love the person that's inside, even though the shape is going to change. I think that's wild. My friends were great. Telling my mum was the scariest conversation I've ever had in my life. I was just literally trembling. I took her to her local cafe that she loves and goes to all the time for coffee. And I sat down, and I remember her just grabbing my hands because she could see I was shaking. And she was like, and I had said to her, I just want to have this conversation with you. There's something I need to talk about. And so she grabbed my hands and she was like, are you okay? Are you sick? Is there something wrong? What's like, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I just said, I'm a woman. I've always known that I am. I never thought I would be brave enough to do what I'm doing now, but I'm going to start to transition and become myself. And the grip just tightened even more. And she said, I'll try not to cry. She said, is this going to make you happy? And I was like, yeah, I really think it is. And Mum's like, well, I'm so fucking proud of you then. Let's do this. This is fucking amazing. And I was like, like this relief washed over me. And 10 seconds later, the waitress came to put the coffee down for Mum. And she's like, oh, Caitlin, this is my son. It's going to be my daughter. He's transitioning, and I'm so proud, and he's going to be a beautiful woman. And I was like, oh my God, Mum, like, you don't need to tell the waitress, like, this is a massive overshare. But yeah, it was,
have that support must have been overwhelmingly, like, just a weight off your shoulders to have someone so close to you to just be like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah. And just to know, I think, like, it's probably the same with so many people, friends, family, for people transitioning, when they have been a party to all of the kind of depression and turmoil you've been through, particularly if there's suicide attempts and things like that, the relief that comes from, like, this might be your solution to feel happy.
Yes.
I mean, the wild thing was, in the first sort of month, I saw a psychologist, and I was like, I'm feeling this, and I just don't know what that is. And sometimes I feel like this, and I'm explaining everything. And she just looked at me and she said, that's happiness. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I think I was so used to masking and you know what I've always been like. I'm always the person that brings the sunshine into the room.
Life of the party.
Yeah.
And that's the bit of this, like for me, that makes me so emotional is like for all those years that I've known you before you transitioned, like I didn't know how unhappy and how sad you were. And I had no idea that you were suffering like that because you just never, you would never have known. You were just, the life of the party, the sunshine, the sparkle.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart so much that you were in so much pain for so long. And seeing you today, in your truth as a woman, it's just incredible. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's insane. And not just for trans people. I think majority of people with depression, nobody knows they have depression. Nobody knows they're struggling. Yeah. It's why, and it's made me so hyper aware of just everybody in the world.
Yes.
Opening a door for someone and smiling and just saying,
you just have no idea what anyone is going through.
Yeah. And you pass so many people. And every time now I think, God, I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
Once you realize how much you were projecting everything as being completely kosher and, rosy, you tend to look at everybody else and think, they're going to be carrying their own stuff.
Yeah. Everyone is carrying their own stuff. I wanted to, sorry. No, you go.
I was going to say, in terms of your transition, what did you look into and what were some of the resources that you found where you could decide, this is what I want to do with my transition, this is what I want to get surgery-wise?
Yep.
What were the,
it must have been so overwhelming, where to begin?
It's overwhelming, but at the same time, it is so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like a Build-A-Bear. You're just okay, what do I love already? What do I want to keep? What don't I want to change? Mm-hmm. And then if I do want to change something, what does that look like financially? What does that look like recovery-wise? Where would I do that in my transition? And that's why I've leaned so much into not so much Googling, because I find anything medical, once you start to Google, you can really get the wrong information.
There's a full rabbit hole that you can go down of odd information. It's because also the algorithm kind of gives you weird stuff until it figures out where you lean.
Yep.
It's such an interesting thing, the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I leaned into social media. I leaned into following, just searching hashtags of trans people and then going, okay, this person, let me just listen to them and just handpicking from everyone. That's why I was conscious to have so many conversations, because every time you had a conversation with people, it'd be like, if you're ever going to have this kind of surgery, I can give you a doctor's name, or there was all that kind of referral stuff. There are great services in place, particularly for kids. There is Transgender, which is an Australian group that work with kids and teenagers that have any kind of gender identities, I guess, or gender issues. They are amazing, the work that they do. Strangely, I don't know if either of you know Georgie Stone, but an actress who was on Neighbours for many years, beautiful trans woman, and kind of brought the first trans storyline to Neighbours.
Yes, I do know of
Ari,
her. Yeah.
I think Ari has worked with her. I mentioned her. Yeah.
And
I
also,
watched her doco, which was fabulous, just to
amazing.
see.
If you haven't seen The Dream Life of Georgie Stone on Netflix, it's a 26-minute education.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna watch that.
And she is this fearless warrior, but I met her just before that, sort of went to a kind of private preview of the doco, and seeing it all and knowing at that time I was kind of in a non-binary space and just going, shit, okay, this is kind of confronting, was an interesting moment too, because I kind of spoke to Georgie and her mum Beck afterwards, who also is just a warrior and has done so much to change the landscape for particularly trans children. I sort of said to them, I'm kind of non-binary. I'm going to tell my mum tomorrow, and I don't know what that looks like. And they were like, okay, it's going to be fine. And Beck was like, here's my mobile if your mum wants to chat to me. And just,
wow.
Yeah, to see that.
So supportive.
I ran into them when the doco was released and they were doing a big kind of red carpet thing, and I just ran over and grabbed them both and said, hey, just so you know, you probably don't remember, but I met you at this thing. And they were like, yeah, we remember. And I said, I've come out and I am trans and I am transitioning and I've never been happier, and my mental health has shifted so dramatically from like night and day. I'm just so happy that I made this decision. And they both were like, okay, well, like you should tell other people and like come and speak to the kids and
spread the word.
Yeah, let them see this is the game changer. Like, yes, it's hard to do, but you know, from having every day of your life, as far as I can remember, suicidal, to then the day I started taking the tablets, just massive shift of those thoughts stopped. Everything kind of just was like, oh, okay, no, like this is hard, but I'm in a good place now and I'm going to be in a better place. And so, yeah, it's.
What was the hardest part?
Hardest part, I think has kind of been, I want to say dating, but that sounds so shallow. But just kind of
not shallow at all.
It sounds pretty complex to me.
Yeah, it's. I think like for me, re-entering dating, and at this age, like you know, I've done all of the casual stuff. It's not fulfilling. I really want to find a partner. I want to date properly, and to enter that space and suddenly realize what you girls have dealt with your whole lives of what straight men can be like. It was like, how do they do this? Like, because extensively, most of the men that are matching with me on apps consider themselves straight. I consider them straight. You know, there's slightly biological different things. But
I didn't know that.
they're a guy looking for a girl. It's also the other funny thing, the misconception of being trans, that it changes, that your gender identity changes who you're attracted to.
Yes.
I remember getting into the car after that conversation with Mum that first time, and she's like just turned 80 and she's very progressive and awesome.
Wow.
But she also was a bit like, I could see all of the cogs turning. Yeah. And as she's getting to the car, she said, hang on, so do you like girls now, or what do you still like guys? What's, and I said, no, Mum, like nothing's changed. It is still I'm still the same attraction that I had and the same person that I am. I'm just going to change the physical side of me to match who I've always been.
Yeah.
And so that's been a wild thing and a really fascinating thing for me. I did a thing kind of 25 years ago, a show where I was working with all trans women. I was the only drag queen at the time. And so I learned a lot from them, but they had pretty much all started as gay boys and transitioned to women. And since I started transitioning and having those conversations with other people, I've met a few amazing women who were straight men, married with kids, and made that decision to transition, have separated from partners, have kind of re-entered the world, but they're re-entering the world now as lesbian women.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they've always had attraction to women. And so that kind of like made my brain melt a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I just think that somebody who is trans has always been in a queer space.
Yeah.
To hear them say, like, I'm shitting myself. I need to go to like a gay club. I've never been to a gay club. And I'm like, I'll take you. Like,
follow me.
Yeah. And funny now to like, I'm so used to having like my best mate is a gay guy and to go to the gay clubs that we've always been to. But now I'm like, okay, cool. Can we go to a straight club?
Yeah,
like,
there's no one in here for me now.
Yeah. And so like it's the adjustment of my friends too to sort of be in a gay club and go, white t-shirt over there. And I'm like, gay.
Yeah.
Doesn't want this. And they're like, oh, that's right. Like it's the learning for everybody else. But
so for you, are you quite forthright with telling when you're dating straight men? Do you tell them straight away that?
Yep. I've got like on my dating profile, it says proud trans woman. It's a conversation that I initiate straight away because I just more than anything want to be in a place of safety.
Yeah.
It can be super dangerous to not reveal like that's your identity, particularly if you just out somewhere and you meet a guy in a bar and which has happened since my transition, and I sort of made out with this guy and then was like, oh, hey, I'm just going to stop you for a sec. You know I'm trans, right? And he's like, And I watched all of it,
wow.
his brain melt, his brain explode, implode, and just like, okay, no, that's I guess that's all right. Like,
Wow.
and so, yeah, you don't ever want to put yourself in a dangerous situation of somebody being surprised by that. Is my journey. I'm really upfront with people. Also, too, because people are like, we had the conversation about how do I refer to you at do I say just a woman or do I say a trans woman? Or I'm so proud to be a trans woman. I feel like it's a badge that we wear of absolute strength and courage to have done what we've done and be here. So for me, there's a lot of haters online that will, come at you and say, but you're not really a woman. I'm like, I'm a trans woman. I'm not trying to be a cisgendered woman. I'm not saying that I'm not.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was the surgeries and everything you've gone through, was that all terrifying to you?
I, again, got put in touch with a great surgeon who was in Thailand. Also love Thailand. Brought back the best souvenirs that I've ever bought back through customs. But I got put in touch with someone. He was really lovely, and it was all done kind of via FaceTime and photos because he was in another country. He understood how nerve-wracking and how scary this could be because aside from Googling or really going through it with someone, you don't know. The same as any woman who might be having breast surgery. You think you know, but you kind of don't. And so we had lots of back and forth correspondence and lots of me saying, hey, just another stupid question.
And may I ask, was that the reason you went to Thailand? Was that, well, obviously you got a referral, but was it also a lot cheaper than doing it in Australia?
Yeah, it was probably a third of what it would cost here. There is stuff potentially going through legislation at the moment to do with Medicare that will...
Oh, wow, that would be amazing.
Yeah, great after I've done it.
But
amazing for everybody else. So they're looking at adding additional kind of gender surgeries and hopefully things like electrolysis and
gosh, I hope they do.
It would just be again, I've
because
spent
so many people
would
be. I was just about to say, so many people would be in your position, but completely unable to afford it.
Yep.
And then what? They're stuck with not being able to do it because of their financial situation.
Yep. Or being able to half do things or not do things at their own pace. I am really conscious that I am completely blessed to hold down a stable job, to have savings sitting there that I could pay for my surgeries and kind of do the things at the pace that I wanted to, paint lots so that I could sell more paintings so that I could afford things. But there are so many people that don't. So hopefully that stuff goes through with Medicare. I wasn't scared because I felt so safe with this doctor and I had seen a lot of his work and was like, okay, he's really great. I had gone into the whole process with him saying, I just want to be really small. I don't want to be unnatural. I want it to just look like every other woman in the street that wishes she had slightly bigger boobs.
Can I just say they look fantastic?
They're great. I love them.
I might have to get his number because I've been not joking. Well, yeah, joking but not joking. But my boobs are down to here now since having kids. So I don't want a big boob. I don't want them out here. I just want my old boobs back up.
Dr. Sarut on Instagram. He is
Dr. Sarut.
Sarut. He's
I could use a trip to Thailand and some fresh boobies.
But I felt good. I wasn't petrified until I've also shot everything. I haven't touched on that, but I have filmed everything of my transition.
Wow.
Amazing.
Don't know what will happen with it.
You're going to make a doco, baby.
Well, yeah, and I don't know whether that will live in a place of just people who are accessing trans care for them to be able to actually use it as kind of a handbook or whether it will go more broadly. But was filming everything and a girlfriend of mine who is a documentary maker came over to Thailand. Ironically, she had been my babysitter when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And we are now besties and spend so much time together. And so she came to Thailand with me. She was like, I'm going to come with you. I'm going to make sure I'm there with you and that you're feeling good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, which I was sort of saying to everyone, I'll be fine if I end up going by myself, secretly hoping that someone would be like,
I'll hold your hand.
Yeah. And so once I had that support, I was like, okay, I'm going into this supported. But it was that thing. Once they started to wheel me out of the room to go to theatre, I was just I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm about to allow people to cut me open and I'm not in pain. I'm not like, this is not a fix to something, although it is. It was like a bit of a terrifying moment where she was like, hey, remember your meditation? And I'm in the lift just sort of doing a meditation. And by the time I got in there, I was like, okay. And I remember laying there in theatre, which is scary enough, just blinding lights and you're sort of laying there in this cold space. The doctor came in and said, hey, I do this every day. Like, you're 100% safe in my hands. Just relax.
I do this every day.
Yeah. And like just the touch of like putting his hand on my leg, and I was like, okay, I've got this. Painful for a couple of days after recovery, but exhilarating, does not even cover. Like dressing coming off and going, my body is finally the right shape.
Just being able to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And so how do you decide as well, because I guess there's probably so much information and there's so many people that do different things. So there's lots of different surgeries that you can get to transition. There's top surgery and bottom surgery. I think you can get things with your
tracheal shave,
Yeah. So how do you decide what's right for you?
And please educate me, because I don't know very much about top surgery, bottom surgery, anything like that.
They are all different and, again, really individual. Like when I started at the very start to my GP, I was like, I'm not sure what surgeries I want to do. And like I started to explain it all and she just stopped me and was like, there's no pressure to make this decision. Like once you start this process, you might decide in a month you want to have top and bottom surgery. You might decide you just want to have top surgery or you just want to have bottom surgery. But you decide that, and you might decide that in 10 years. Like, don't put any pressure on yourself to know. I think knowing what you want to look like, that's where I was saying the kind of the fun side of it is, because a lot of women will have facial feminization surgery, or I guess the reverse, transitioning female to male. I always kind of had a baby face and kind of girly face anyway, so thankfully I haven't done surgical stuff. I've done some smart injectables here and there that have helped.
Nice cosmetics.
Yeah.
But your face has always been just like stunningly perfect. So
thanks. I'll take that. But yeah, it changes. I mean, the same as the body changes. My face compared to what it was 12 months ago is completely softened.
There's a softness.
And things have kind of shifted a little. So yeah, it's kind of like I think everyone just starts with a checklist of like, these are the things I'd love to do. And I watch so many trans girls that I know kind of going, oh, I've done this thing, but like when I can save up for that one in 12 months, I'm going to do that. And so yeah, it's funny because there's so much, and there's so much judgment around what they're doing, which seems so ironic to me because everybody should do what makes them feel good. Like injectables, surgery, it's no different to you saying you want to lift them up.
Just put them back where they were. And you said we can ask anything and we can edit this out. Did you have bottom surgery, or is that something you're planning on having?
So what I will say with that is that this is one of the things.
Am I allowed to even ask that? Sorry, is probably a good question.
Everybody asks it.
Okay.
Without the same politeness. It's funny. I was prepared for people, and I remember saying to people at the very start of my transition, I feel like some people are going to maybe be cheeky and ask, like, have you had bottom surgery? Obviously, top surgery is far more obvious, so less of a thing. But at the start, I remember saying to people, I don't want to kind of punish people for asking. Like, they're probably asking from an innocent place, but also it's not any of their business as to like, I wouldn't ask either of you, hey, like, what's your vagina
How are
like?
your vaginas today?
Yeah, how's your penis? Like, and it happens in the strangest like party scenarios where you're just, and it's typically with people you've just met, that I know it comes from a place of just like, oh wow, like wild curiosity. But I extensively just push back and say, hey, like that's probably a really personal thing to ask. I've just met you like 3 minutes ago. I wouldn't ask you. So like, let's grab a drink and maybe we talk about that later. Like I just kind of push it away. But yeah, like I think asking stuff, like I said, ask anything. Like people at work were sort of like, oh, I'm so scared I'm going to call you the wrong name when you're like when you've transitioned, and I hope I don't say he instead of she. And as long as intent is there, you know, do your best and do your worst. But if it's with good intention, then, you know, it's something that some people are really happy to share, particularly about surgeries and stuff. Other people, it's a really private thing. And it's almost like, I'm sure you two have had plenty of questions on things where you just sort of go into that headspace of going, how's that any of your business?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's totally my business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, more of the fun stuff. How did you decide what to do with your hair? Because, your hair looks amazing. But I'm like, what did you decide? Like the fringe and how
Thank
did
you. You can't even see it. It is under this. So this is a human hair wig that I got when I was in Thailand. So I'm dealing with all of the issues that whoever this was, this was their hair. They've given me hair that doesn't like humidity, like most girls. I'm like, who was she? No wonder she cut this off. But yeah, I started growing. Like you'll remember, I was 16 months ago. I was shiny, shaved head, thick beard. So straight away, I was like, I remember the day I took the tablet, I shaved my head for the last time and went, okay, from now it just grows. Horrible, all of that grow out time. But now it's pretty much down to here anyway.
Wow.
The wild thing, which you may have experienced, and a lot of girls have said with pregnancy, the same has happened to them. But because of the hormones, I had dead straight hair that I was kind of dreading going, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to do so much to this once it's long. It is incredibly crazy curly now.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
so funny.
Yeah, it's like the whole
Oh my gosh.
So
Isn't
that's
that so
another like
interesting?
wild thing that just changes with hormones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm much closer to being able to not wig and just do my own hair.
Wow.
But yeah, it's exciting. Like when I first revealed the transition to everybody and kind of did my first post about it, I was blonde and that was just because the wrong wig color got sent. And I was like, I was hosting a show, so I had makeup on. I was like, I'll just try this.
Yeah.
And so I put it on and was like, I think I like this, and showed it to some friends. They're like, yes, you're totally a blonde. I'm like, okay, all of those people, once I went to dark, oh my God, you're totally brunette.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like you're a brunette with your amazing eyes. It looks so beautiful. It has been fun doing things like getting your nails done and just like all the feminine things.
all the things that I swore black and blue that I was not going to do because they're so expensive. Now I know what you girls spend.
It's ridiculous, right?
It's like, to any men watching this, you have it so good. You don't have to buy three different types of shampoos. You don't have to buy all of the skin stuff, all of the cosmetics, like everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, at
They've
the
got
start,
one body wash that washes their hair, their face, their bits, their body.
Fucking
Like
does
that's
everything.
it.
Yeah.
Women have got a specific shampoo. They've got a face cleanser. They've got a body cleanser. They've got
Something
a
to spray
specific
in their hair
razor.
after they
Like,
get
17
done
different
it.
serums.
oh my God.
Yeah.
so
But
yeah,
has that been fun though? Like,
it has. Like I was resistant
Just
at the start.
expensive.
Yeah, just expensive. But then it's like, it makes you feel great. Like having your nails done feels
it's the
gorgeous.
best.
And
Like getting, I love it. It makes me feel put together.
And makeup, there's a certain makeup workshop that someone's doing that I'm going to try and get in on.
Did you do your own makeup today?
I did, yeah.
Because you are good at your makeup.
Thanks.
Did you have
theatre
like
kid.
yeah? I mean, also artist as well, and like kind of knowing. But did you play around much, or were you kind of just watching YouTube
I've watched
videos?
so many YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Particularly of trans women, just of lots of like tricks to shading and but there's so many other things I encounter, like because I'm older, yes, my eyes are starting to, like the lids are starting to droop. So how do I work around that? Like it is the fun because it's like how I dress, who I am now. I've had the chance to create that from scratch. Like you will know, you've got an accumulated wardrobe over years.
Yes.
Mine was like, I came back from Thailand and the next day I was like, okay, to my girlfriend who's like total fashionista, right, we're going to go and like dress Grace. Like what am I going to look like?
Dress?
Yeah. I had like a little mood board. I was like, this is the kind of vibe I want to be. And so I got to just
What was the
do all
vibe?
that.
I'm so like, tell me more about that.
The vibe, like,
Because
I want to look cute.
it's not you like right now how you're dressed is not like it's not extra at all. Because
Yeah.
like
It's not like overly feminine, and it's like just super.
and I know you as a
chilled.
stylist to
I feel
be like so you're like when you've styled me, it's very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like dynamic and like bold. Whereas like I feel like this is quite like reserved. And
Yeah, it's funny. Like in the non-binary space that I was kind of in for 2 years, I was like, cool, this is going to give me some freedom to like just go wild with fashion. And so over the 2 years, I dressed in some crazy stuff just because I was like, no one's going to question this. Like, I'm non-binary. I can get away with this. I've kind of just turned the volume down on everything now that I'm living in the female space. Every woman that passed me in the street over my whole transition, I was like, yes, okay, I love her shoes. I'm going to remember that. Like, and I was like noting things down in my phone notes and makeup. Like, I actually like took screen grabs of you two and then zoomed in and was like, oh, okay, that's what she's doing.
Stop it.
Like just all of that stuff. It's all just learning to do it. And it can be really daunting for people too, because there's not a lot of guidance beyond YouTube. But yeah, I get to create who I am now, and like who I am now probably wants to move through the world quite like unnoticed.
Inconspicuously, just,
or
just your average everyday woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, like for anyone that's watching and says, oh, I want to be an ally to trans people, like, you know, if I know someone that's transitioning, or how do I like become an ally for them, just treat them normal.
Yeah.
They don't need any amplification. It's that thing, you know, if you see someone in the street and there's something physical about them, you know you're going to double take. And just skipping that sort of stuff is amazing, because all we really wanted to do our whole lives is live in the skin we're in. We don't want to stand out. We just want to go about our lives. And like I remember going to the market the day I got back from Thailand, getting my eyebrows done and picking up like fruit and veg stuff, and was just like, I got back in the car and went, shit, no one looked at me then.
Oh, wow.
Like no one did a double take.
All you want.
Yeah. And like, and again, a blessing that I can move through the world essentially unnoticed. As much as every woman wants to be noticed at times, it's so good to just move through and not have anyone go, oh, there's a trans person. Or,
does it excite you, the idea of like getting, say you had like a black tie event, like getting super dressed up, wearing heels, putting a like super glam dress on? Does that stuff get like excite you?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find, and I believe that this is just the holy grail, but to find a comfortable heel.
Good luck, babe. Good luck.
Every girlfriend is like, no, they hurt.
They don't exist.
We're just good at masking it.
There's no comfy heels. It doesn't exist.
But yeah, like to be able to turn it
Crocs,
up.
babe.
Right? I can't fully support that yet.
Yeah,
but
both of you.
No, I wear Crocs now.
You wear Crocs now?
Yeah, just not as much as you.
Okay.
Not in public as much as you.
But yeah, I mean, I love that. It's always been a passion to kind of
glamour.
Yeah, and have a project to go, okay, Fashion Week's coming, like what am I going to wear to this parade and what am I going to wear to that? And better than ever to go, I actually can wear like that hot dress that I wanted to wear that I probably couldn't have rocked with a beard as well, or like, seeing that perception. It's interesting too, watching how I move through the world now compared to life as a boy.
Yeah.
Seeing guys check you out and
how does that
straight
feel?
Into your eyes like they do every time, where you're like, wow. Like I remember saying to a girlfriend, we were in like waiting for our luggage coming back from Thailand, and I was like, wow, they all look.
They all look at the boobs.
All look at your boobs. And she's
the
like,
eyes just straight, go straight there.
Yeah.
She's like, they all look down, or if they're polite, they wait till they're here and then they do a side glance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but yeah, it's an interesting, there's been a lot of really like fascinating stuff with that too, of like, I remember a trans woman saying to me early, just watch how much men speak over you, particularly in a work environment, and how much they kind of don't hold space for what you have to say. And I was like, okay. I went into a meeting that afternoon and just sort of sat back and was like, wow, okay, there's kind of a sense of privilege here that women don't have.
Yeah.
Like it is.
And you found that even from previously being a gay man, that you still had sort of a little more authority.
100%. It was never on my radar. And I noticed I used to speak over girls all the time, and I still kind of do. And I stopped myself from doing it.
Right. Yeah.
I just think people are not aware that they even do it. Like,
no.
Stuff like that is fascinating. Just,
wow.
Having the polar opposites of.
I've seen there's been like people have done tests and stuff if they've got kind of a gender neutral name, that over emails, like the respect that you can kind of get over emails until it's found out that they're a woman, and how different the communication is after that. It's so strange and so interesting to see your perspective, obviously, now being a woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of blown my mind. And just how much goes through your brain as a woman every day, constantly. Of
the mental load.
Where I park, is it under lighting? How far do I have to walk somewhere? Am I I'm leaving the gym? Am I safe to just walk to the car by myself? Stuff that was never on my radar is now a constant thought. Do I have my key in my hand so that I can hit someone with it?
Stab someone if I need to.
And do you feel that is about being a woman or being a trans woman or both?
Both.
Yeah.
I'd for all intensive purposes, when I leave the gym, a guy's just seen a woman. I had a creepy guy the other night and I knew he was sort of following me and I couldn't get to the car quickly enough. And it did. I went through my head and went, is it because you're trans? I'm like, well, he's got no idea that you're trans. So it's just that, it's a concern.
Yeah.
Have you found that you being in the world as a trans woman, have you received any hate? Have you received great?
No, and I'm so lucky.
I was about to ask you that, about the people you work with, the people you spend time with. Has anyone?
I have had nothing
changed on you
since my transition. I've had absolutely nothing. I mean, I grew up, and most queer people would tell you that they're used to this stuff. I would say there wasn't a month in my life where I didn't at least have one person yell, poofed her, or something from the car, that you're just so used to that treatment. And so I was kind of braced for that when I got back. And then I realized, okay, people are not realizing I'm trans, so that maybe I'm not going to deal with this stuff. And also another reason why I'm upfront in dating and everything else. But yeah, I'm also incredibly conscious that there are so many trans women, so many trans men who do not have the same passability, for want of a better expression, who don't just blend in, who are, more obviously a trans person. And life for them is fucking hard. Their consideration is every time I open the car door to get out, every time I leave the house, what am I going to have to deal with? How is there going to be prejudice? Is someone just going to stare at me? All of those things. So I'm so grateful that I don't have that experience. But for every second that I'm grateful for that, I'm also really conscious there's so many people who aren't. And yeah.
You chose your name very well, Grace, because you are so graceful.
Thanks.
And you're just, the way you've always been like this, you just are such a beautiful, caring person, but there's such a softness to you now, which is just so beautiful. And I think Grace is the perfect name for you.
Why did you choose Grace?
Again, the fun part, because you can choose whatever you want. So I went through thousands of names in baby book Google searches and was going through them. And then I thought, oh no, hang on, 1978 you were born, very different time. So I went back in and looked at popular girls' names in 1978.
Wow.
And I kind of narrowed it down to 5. And I remember telling my mum, she was like, what are you going to call yourself at that coffee? And I said, well, I've got this and I've got that and I've got Ava and I've got Grace. And so I've landed on Grace because it kind of, for me, icons, Grace Kelly, Grace Jones, but also the sentiment of Grace and wanting to live the rest of my life with Grace. I was like, so I've chosen Grace. And Mum was like, I kind of like Ava. And I was like, yeah, but I've chosen Grace. And she's like, oh, I mean, it's beautiful too. It was kind of part of the choice. And then I took my auntie who passed away when I was a teenager, who I just adored, took her name as my middle name, Frances. So
beautiful. It's a beautiful name and it suits you so beautifully. Thank you so much for educating us, for sharing with us, for being so vulnerable. It's just been such a privilege to have you here and to hear your story, and it's going to help so many people out there. And it's also really helpful to us to be able to have these conversations and just learn from you how we can best support people in your world.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
It's exciting to be here. I can't wait to watch the rest of the pods. I'm so obsessed with your podcast.
Oh, bless
At the start, when you
you.
know someone too, I was like, I'll have a listen. And then I put it on, I was like, oh, wow, okay. Like, and you've had so many awesome guests. Like, I know there's a lot more awesome ones to come, but yeah, thank you for having me and thank you for having the conversation.
I think it's very special, and I think it will really help anyone out there as well who's going through the same thing, just to be able to, as you said, like representation, it's so important. So I'm really glad that you were able to come on and represent.
Thanks.
Represent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut that bit out. That's going to look bad. But yeah, pleasure.
Love you so much. Before we wrap up in the Life Academy studio, we like to ask for some recommendations or homework.
Dream work, which we
like to call it. Sounds less shit. Do you have anything for our listeners?
We touched briefly on the hellish process of electrolysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of women, aside from being trans women, go through, I do have a couple of random hairs that I want to get through. It can be a horrible, expensive process. There is an amazing business that is pretty much sprinkled around Australia that I would love to shout out. It's trans-owned and operated. It was started by a former GP. The care is so gentle and so much less painful than where I was previously getting my care. So if you Google Live More Ethical Beauty, they're in Brisbane, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth at the moment, and I think looking to open in Adelaide.
Amazing.
But yeah, that would be my recommendation because they have helped transform my face and just held me so gently in that process that I cannot speak highly enough of them.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Nice.
What's yours, girlfriend?
Well, in the spirit of being a little girly, I got my nails done.
Oh.
So this is the thing. I mean, I rarely get my nails done. I kind of never do. But the place that I go, they've put up all these different colours on the walls and all these different new things of like the cat eye and whatever I've spoken about before. And it's just made me really want to do my nails. Like I've got these little toadstool strawberry
I've been
things
looking
on
at
my
them
fingers.
the whole podcast, like little strawberry
so
fingers,
cute.
and I'm just like, they're so cute.
Aren't they cute?
They're
and
so
it's just
cute.
like I didn't realize like how fun it is to get your nails done if you kind of know what you're looking for. Like I never knew before, like going into this nail salon now, I've been like, oh, I want to do that. And then I've seen things on Instagram and I'm like, oh, I like that. Yeah. And I've just been thinking like, I'll go in and I'll do it. And I never did it. And now I'm going in and I'm doing it and I'm trying, like I've got these little pointy nails for the first time ever. I've never had them. And so it's made me just feel really nice.
Yeah, it makes you feel put together.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because it's.
I love having my nails done.
Yeah. So and I think I've said this before on our podcast as well. If you're not in a position to get your nails done regularly, the like Candy Claws are the ones that are at
the
Cotton On and get them and have some fun because it's fun having pretty nails.
It's so fun having pretty nails. Love that, Rec. I am going to also continue on the girly fun train. I've recently discovered Korean skincare.
Oh, yeah.
I saw your post and I was like, I have to ask her about that.
So my skin's always glowing, but it's got a bit of an extra glow at the moment. This stuff is amazing. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. It's like CosRx. I'm just going to put it in the show notes, but it's actually snail mucus or something. What? Yeah, it's wild.
Like actual snail mucus?
Well, I don't know, but that's what it's called. It's called snail mucus essence.
Shit.
And actually the lady who does like a beautician lady down where I live, I saw her skin and I was like, whoa, give me that. What are you doing? What's going on with your skin? She's like, this Korean skincare stuff. And I was like, just send it through.
Give it to me.
And I thought it was going to be so expensive. I ordered like 5 products and it came to like $28.
Oh my God.
It was so affordable.
Wow.
You have that glass skin thing going that I have wanted to try for so long. But I'm like,
same.
how do you do that?
I put it on and my skin looks like glass. Like it actually looks really nice without makeup. Like even today I was like maybe not going to wear any makeup because it just, it makes your skin look amazing. So I'll put it in the show notes, but highly recommend it. And I think it was like $18 maybe, like something really cheap. So
take the recommendations to everyone watching the podcast. They do actually look as incredible in person as they do Like I was like, oh, the lighting must be really good, but I'm just like, oh, it's actually just your skin.
No,
And
the lighting
is really good.
Great. But that's very sweet. Thank you.
We love you, Grace, and I'm excited to share you with the world because I love you so much, and I hope everyone checks out your art and just supports you because you are one amazing woman.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Leash.
All right, team, I think the bell's about to ring.
Bye.
We love you.
Love you.